What's up, good people? I'm gonna re-record a video that I recorded the wrong damn screen on the first time. And I understand where I went wrong. Okay, here we go. So I wanted to do a 20-minute recap on some trades that we discussed. It was either Saturday or Tuesday. I don't remember which date it was. Um, but we discussed them in the context of a swing trader. So I want to go over those trades, and we will start with the US 30. All right, with the US 30, I know me and Kim started talking about this. I want to say it was last week. Maybe it was just earlier this week, and I don't remember. It all runs together. But I remember us discussing this bullish order block on the 2-month chart, and the price was going to push up. I was going to target this high at 35,500, basically, all right? So if we drop down 2 time frames to the 2-week chart, that's going away from the 2-month chart, you'll notice that we closed this week with a bullish order block. Okay, so that's confluence. This is going to buy. We can expect a pullback first, then a push up. If I drop 2 time frames from this 2-week chart, which will be on the daily, this is where I would want to see a daily bullish order block. Then I would drop down to the hour for my entry. And if you don't want to enter on the hour, you can drop down to the 5 minute. After you get that bullish order block on the daily, you can drop down to the 5 minute, and your bullish 5 minute order block will give you a perfect entry for a buy up the rest of the way. Okay. For those of you who don't want to do all that dropping, you can pull this chart up. This is the daily. All I'm doing is looking for imbalance, right? Somewhere that if the market pushed south into the wicks of the 2-week candle, right? This is too far down. So somewhere in this yellow box, if the market pushes down into the wick, we want to see uh, where any imbalance may be. So the imbalance needs to be in this area. I'm gonna drop down to the 15-minute. I see a ton of imbalance here. And, that's the area that I'm going to personally target. So if I'm taking these trades, the lowest imbalance is here. One above it is bigger than that. It's here. Personally, those are the two areas that I would probably target. If you see the market down in this area, you definitely want to buy from here. Maybe the market just comes down and picks this imbalance up and goes up. But uh, if you fib, this push up, your 78 is right in between these imbalances, which makes this prime real estate. I would not take a buy on a swing move unless price came down in here. As a matter of fact, you can set an alarm for 32,999. you have a funded account, this is a perfect area to buy, and you can swing that puppy, right? You don't have to try to max your lot size out. You can just hold that trade. And the US 30, you can hold it from here, and you can look to take profit. Man, you can probably hold this for 2,500 pips, 2,500 points. It's a lot of money, a lot of action. I set my alarm. Hopefully you did the same. That's where you can swing this to. That is the phrase that pays. That's the move. It's gonna get you that Luciana, lucky Luciana. Okay, that's the US 30. We talked about the musty NASDAQ. The nasty NASDAQ 2-month chart. All right, 27 days left. I think it's going to push into this area, maybe even to this zone. I think it's going to sell though first. All right, let's look at the 1-month chart. We always expect pullbacks, right? We're in a monthly order block. It's not just going to push through that monthly order block. So I expect us to fill this imbalance here. It's about 200 pips or 200 points. Then I expect it to pull back. Okay, so those of you who are in the NASDAQ and been waiting on the NASDAQ to pull back, I think we're going to get 1,000-point pullback, coming up here shortly, like in this next week. And I think this 1,000-point pullback will set you up for the buy. And if you notice, this 1,000-point pullback is a 4-hour bullish order block here. It's never been tapped into. You got a lot of imbalance. Prior to, you got an imbalance here. So I would definitely look for this move coming up this week. Don't know what the catalyst will be, but I'm just giving you an area that you can point out on the chart. You can throw your alert. I have my alert a little bit lower, but I'm just going to move it up. So it would mirror what I'm telling you guys around 13,606. Maybe we can short the market to that point once it turns and it shows us it's ready to short. Great opportunity to short it. You short it for the buy. Great opportunity both ways. If you're trying to swing trade an indice. Again, if you have a funded account, this is a great trade idea. You just don't want to max out your position size. All right. Give it a little room to breathe. Okay. All right. Now, y'all know that NJ is my boy, right? NJ is really made my wallet smile this month. Go to the 2-month chart. These were the areas that I marked out, right? I got an imbalance way up here. Got an order block here. So there's plenty of room for this thing to go up and turn anywhere in here, right? I know that I don't have the stop loss of this position drug up. Doesn't matter. I'm hedged because I've been buying this puppy, right? If we go to the 2-week chart, we got a bearish order block, and that's all we wanted to see. Bearish order block. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to sell, baby. All right. But before we sell, we got to buy up into the order block. We call that the tap in. Once we buy up into the order block, then it's going to sell. I know half of y'all didn't believe me when I said this was going to sell, but now you see that 2-week order block, you already know. You know what time it is. It's time to get off the pot. We're going to wait on a bearish order block on the daily, right? There's all sorts of area that it can happen at. I have my alert set at the imbalance, right? I'm currently, and Kim is currently in a NJ buy. You're welcome, Kim. I'll give you this great trade idea and all that money. Now, I don't care whose idea it is, guys. All jokes aside, these are great opportunities for anybody who wants to participate. And I'm just trying to give you a little background and help you see the market from a greater distance. That way, it's easier for you to be able to walk out your job because you can put these trades in, you can go about your life, and they will play out without you babysitting on a chart or any other mess. So, make a long story short, if you're looking to get into this trade, for reasons to get into the trade, I got in way down here and it pushed up, right? Right now we have another bearish order block on the 4-hour, which tapped in. So the trade could possibly just start off Sunday and run up here, or it could pull back and deal with these imbalances here. I don't care either way. But, it's about 157 pips to my alert, right? And that actually closes the 4-hour imbalance. There's a 4-hour order block up here that it may go to, which is cool too, because I'm in it for the buy. So I would just suggest that if you're in this trade, you don't have to have a sell position right here. You can just hold your buy, right? And if it passes this area, then maybe you do set your sell position right here. And once it gets here, you're still in a buy. So if it goes a little bit further, who cares? Your buy is in profit. You're hedged naturally. You're good. So that's my THOTs on that, right? Once we get up here, we might wick these highs because we going fishing, right? We're gonna drop after that, right? If you notice, we broke structure for this swing low. So I would expect just close these imbalances, if anything, before we push down. We got another swing low, so expect a bounce on the way down. It's gonna bounce. It'll give you an opportunity to get you another position, and then we'll keep pushing down south. Okay. All right. Another trade that I took, and this will be the last one that I discuss in detail. It's the GN trade, right? And NC is on one, bro. Okay, it's the GN trade. Okay, the GN trade is near and dear to my little heart, GN and EN, so this EN trade, I was in the buy up to this first candle. When that news hit, I thought it was going to pull back. So my smart ass closed out my buy, only to watch it run up another 400 pips. It wasn't 400, but 350. So yeah, that's a painful lesson to learn, but it's a good lesson. We all need those. We need those types of lessons. Yeah, because it just, whoo, that's crazy. Anyway, I expect for these trades to come back and close the imbalance here. Okay, we had discussed in one of the calls, either Saturday or Tuesday, the idea I was pitching to you guys. I was trying to convince you guys the best way to trade is to just trade the monthly pullback, right? And for whatever reason, I know y'all don't believe it, brother. Y'all think I'm a crackhead. But if you fib this move, and I don't like fibbing the wick, but I'm just going to do it just for S and Gs, right? If you fib the wick, we can expect price to pull back to 202.44. Okay. Now, I like to drop down because when it wicks, you don't know type of up and down movements, but you can clearly see your fib should start down here and go to the top. So the golden zone is 202.36. So we know it's at least coming down here to the golden zone. The 78.6 is way down here at 199.56. If I go to the 4-hour, we already talked about this imbalance. It's on both GN and EN. If we close that imbalance completely out, that's 199.12. If we go halfway, I mean, you do the math, I can't do everything for y'all. But if you throw the GAN box from here to here, the halfway point will be somewhere around 2050, 2060. Plenty of room to make your money, guys. All right. We talked about trading this monthly candle. And I told you, I said I can trade one candle and make more money than most people make on their job. When I say most, it's pretty much all of you mofos. But, y'all know what I'm saying, right? So what I did was I went to Osprey FX and I opened a 100K demo, right? and I opened it in Trade Locker. I don't know anything about Trade Locker. I don't know how to use it. Really it's immaterial, right? If you guys know how to use it, that's great. Hopefully y'all can show me one day. But of course, this is after the market closed, so it's not gonna the profit is not going to be accurate. I think when I saw it before the market, it's about the same. Even though I'm in drawdown because the market closed, I'm up $2,749. This is one day, guys. Today is the second. I opened the trade up. I guess we'll see the trades. I opened the trade up. Woo! The second. Opened this. The first trade I opened up was a 2.0 lot size. It was on the first, right? 1743. On the first, 2.0, I'm up $1,953 in that position. The second position, I opened up on the second, right? 0543. I'm up $795. One trade idea, two entries. Let's talk about it because this is honestly probably the most effortless way to ever trade. Now I'm going to show y'all a few things, okay? Now I caught this trade at a spot where most of you would not have caught the trade. That's who cares, right? Eventually you'll get to where you can trust what you're seeing and all that good stuff. In Discord, I had posted, as a matter of fact, in Discord, I had posted a trade idea. I had posted the trade idea. Let me go to the 2 week and see if I can show it to you. Okay, yep, it's still here. Awesome. So in Discord, I had posted this trade idea right before I got the entry. What I was trying to illustrate for you guys, if you go and look at Discord, I think it's under the NZD pairs or whatever. This 2 week candle was full. It was way up here. It was full. And I put these water drips to annotate liquidity, right? They ran the 2 week candle past these highs, right? Which ran the liquidity out of the market and gave equal highs for a 2020 move, guys. The market hasn't even been up here. They created equal highs from a 2020 move, which created new liquidity. And now they drop in the market, right? So you know that the market is dropping. We also have on the 2 week candle, we knew this was going to be a bullish order block. Now, since y'all understand how we trade the weekly order block, we sell it down to buy it up. Moving averages are right here below, which is perfect. We know that it's going to tap in and we know it's going to buy back up. That's how we're going to trade it. So that's the premise or the reason that we want to get into this trade idea. That was the setup. So once I saw that, I knew it was time to get into trade. So I just immediately dropped down to the 15-minute time frame. Okay, on the 15-minute time frame, this is exactly what I saw. All these higher highs, and then I saw the lower high. Once I saw the lower high, and it pushed down, I opened up my trade right here for the sale. Now I want you to think about this. A 2.0 lot size on GN, every 100 pips is not going to be $2,000. It's going to be about $1,700, right? I can go and draw down $5,000 without violating an account. So it would have to go up a crazy number of pips, like hundreds of pips, for me to be wrong with this entry. For all intents and purposes, this entry is a great entry because even if I'm wrong and it goes up 100 pips, I'll just be in drawdown. And, once the trade starts to matriculate, it will correct itself. Another reason why you want to trade this higher time frame. So I entered the trade and I let it go. Now we're going to go back to the trade locker. My second entry was 206.12, 206.12. So the market dropped, it pulled back. I missed this entry, right? This entry was at 1945. I was probably asleep. But I trade London, and I was up at this 22 candle, and this is where I had placed my entry. Let me see. Again, it was in 206.12, 206.12. All right, right around this area, okay? 22.15-ish is when I got into this trade with my second entry, and then you see the market continues to collapse. Okay, so the end result basically is I have two positions. I'm up $2,700, 2 days of trading, and I've done nothing. I've done nothing. I haven't had to babysit or anything like that. Now I do expect for this market to pull back. I would like to see it pull back close to my entry. If it does that, it's going to put this second position in drawdown, which I'm not worried about, right? I have plenty of room to go in drawdown. If it pulls back up here to close this imbalance, then I'm going to add a third position, and then it will push down. That's the ideal scenario. It will be three positions or three entries in one trade, and it's going to pay astronomically, as you'll see. Hopefully, by the end of next week, we can get a payout, right? But as long as it keeps pushing down, we can expect that as long as it keeps pushing down, we can expect it will give us adding opportunities. You can manage this trade from the 4-hour. You can get your two entries and quit. It doesn't really matter. You'll see at the end that I'm severely under leveraged. I could have had much higher lot sizes, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of how this can possibly work. And I want you to, at the end, you're going to see that number that you're going to get paid, and it will likely change the way you look at swing trading. It's a lot less work. So we'll just kind of keep abreast of that as this trade matriculates. Maybe you took the EN trade, which is the exact same setup and the exact same reasoning. That's cool. If there are any other trade ideas that you guys are in, go ahead and drop your ideas in the chat, and we will see you on the charts.